As the angels told me, it cannot be this way. I have to bring two opposite forces together, the yin and the yang. Two worlds together, the yin and the yang. And the angels told me that I should speak in between the two forces. And then all my prayers should be answered. Notice very importantly, I should speak through, between the two forces. What does it mean by I should speak through? It means I should breathe. I should go into myself and discover breath. To discover a one world, a one unity with all mankind. But it's inside, not outside. And we are actually, in fact, one with each other. Discover that tremendous unity with each other only through breath. It was my dream tonight. I belong to an organization. And the organization sets a rule. And whenever there's a change of rules, a question is being asked by the other side. And on this side, I would have to get a new answer. It's like there's a change taking place on the other side, and this side has to make adjustments for that change. And the change is taking place only because the master has changed the rule. A rule is being set, and I'm not sure how it's been set. But in the dream, there's some kind of standard, you may call it. And if there's a change in the standard, then two adjustments are being made. The questioner and the answerer, or the A plus and the A minus. And we have to make the adjustments because there's a change in the master's rule. And how should I interpret this dream? One thing I do realize is that we live in a world where if you want to know something, you are not getting the whole of it. That something which you want to know is split up into two parts. There's the other party and there is the me. And if I want to know something, I have to actually relate to the other party so that I could get to know that something. So in this dream, that something which I want to know is the master's rule. And the master's rule does change. Now, I guess my will do change. And when the will changes, it changes in two parts, on my side and on the other side. It dawned on me something very interesting. How would I ever know that something? How would I ever know the master's rule? I will not. What is handed down to me is only my side of the story, and the other side of the story is on the other side. And I have to relate with the other side so that I could get to know the something, the master's rule. Let me give you an example. For a very long time, there were people, there were scientists who investigated on magnetic fields. And then there were other scientists who investigate on electrical field. There were two different stories. But one day, scientists discovered that the magnetic field can be transformed to an electrical field when the magnetic field is changing. So that was a very wonderful discovery of alternating currents. But Maxwell's equation made an awesome discovery. Maxwell, in his formula, noticed that the magnetic field has got the same formula as that of the electrical field. That the magnetic field and the electrical field were actually the same, but they're on two different parts of the same coin. And using Maxwell's equation, when they calculated the speed of the electromagnetic waves of magnetic field and the electrical field, they found that the speed of the electromagnetic waves were almost exactly the same as that of the speed of light. So the conclusion must be that both the electrical field and the magnetic field were some kind of light as well. So notice you have two different ideas coming from two different places. You have magnetic field and electrical field. And you don't know what is that something. But you need to relate both together. And then finally you came to an understanding that perhaps they are the same. And not only that, they are actually forms of light. That's why I'm trying to stress in my videos that if you are overladen by different religions, different philosophies, different ideas, don't be overladen. Why? Because they're actually coming from the same place, from the same source. And if you are so tight in your religious thinking, mine is correct and you are wrong, you are purely on the wrong track. The truth is one. See, Buddhism teaches that thoughts are illusions, and the crazy part that we experience in life is simply because we are attached to our thoughts. The philosophy of Buddhism is throw away thoughts and discover presence without thoughts. And then there are other religions where there's an over-attachment to an idea called God. And a lot of theology surrounds that idea of God. And these two religions are very, very much different from each other. But I'm asking you a question. Are you sure they're different? They're actually coming from the same source. And what is the source? The source is the I am, the me. All the problems of our life is because we are over-attached to one particular story, the story that comes from myself. And we go against completely the story of the other side, the friends that you meet, the religion that you discuss with, the story of the other side you opposed very strongly. And you want to protect your own story. And I said in my other videos, it's basically because of pride, the pride of self. You don't even know that, unfortunately. For many people, they don't even know that they are soft. They don't even know. So, but the separation between people and ideas are all because of that soft. And so we attach ourselves to our story. But I'm trying to stress here in this video that the solution is not in your story. when you relate with the other stories that come from the other side, you are in a better chance to discover truth. The problem with existence is that all your life and all my life, I've been influenced by the split world. I'm seeing him and I'm seeing myself, and we are all separated, so to speak. And in order to exert our existence, we put a pride onto ourselves. And we separate ourselves and demarcate ourselves and keep ourselves private so that we have a separate identity away from another person. But while what you do is true, but you're also not true, because you're actually one with everyone. And if you're going to open yourself to everyone else, you'll probably be dissolved with everybody else. And that's what nobody wants to achieve. And we are all afraid of being dissolved to zero. And I'm not suggesting that you should dissolve yourself to zero. No. You should keep whatever you have an identity on until the day when you can realize that the very identity that I am is actually a universal identity. But that takes time. But until that day you could realize that, what you should do in your life is to relate with everyone else. And although you may be so private with yourself, at least you should let go a bit of. You should listen to the other party very carefully, because as my dream is suggesting to you and to me, the answers are found on the other side. You have a question, but the solution to that question is not with yourself, in your story. It's actually found on the other side, in his story. Right. This is unbelievable, but it is the truth. All our life we have this story of ourselves. And the whole objective of that story is to keep me comfortable. And if it's comfortable for me to believe that there is God who will take me to heaven, I would believe in it. Or if it's comfortable to believe that I'm just a presence and that I should not hold on to thoughts because thoughts are influencing me and I should just remain without thoughts, then that's your story too. But it's a story only, one part of the truth. As the angels told me, it cannot be this way. I have to bring two opposite forces together, the yin and the yang. Two worlds together, the yin and the yang. And the angels told me that I should speak in between the two forces. And then all my prayers should be answered. Notice very importantly, I should speak through between the two forces. What does it mean by I should speak through? It means I should breathe. I should go into myself and discover breath. There is no solution in thoughts. There is no solution in space-time. All the discoveries we can do in science is only a discovery in space-time. Too bad. But a man, in order to find the truth, must reach within himself to discover a one world, a one unity with all mankind. But it's inside, not outside. Outside, I have a body. And my face is Chinese, and the other guy is different faced. That's what the outside is. But at the inside, we are all from the same one source, and we are actually, in fact, one with each other. Discover that tremendous unity with each other only through breath. That's right. Not through thoughts. Follow me in my videos.